Okay, let's hope it's working this morning. Good morning, everybody. I hope you had an amazing weekend. Yes, looks like everything is working here. So let me just go to my page. Yes. Okay, if you can hear and see me, just give me a thumbs up. That would be absolutely lovely. And so let's see. Okay, I can see there's already somebody in. That is great. Just let me know that you can hear me. That would be great. And let me just see. It should definitely work. Okay, just confirm that you. Oh, there are some thumbs up. Nice. Okay, yay. So let me just start with maybe introducing myself, and then we dive into the how to mess up your application. I saw the last 2 weeks some applications from clients, and they were declined, and then they came to us and said, please help us. So I thought that's maybe some interesting perspective for all of you, just to understand, okay, what is a no-go, how to make sure that your application is declined. Okay, my name is Dagmar Breiling-Murray. I'm here the CEO at Funding Connection, and we assist entrepreneurs to raise capital. We do that by drafting business plans, financial forecasts. In some cases, we also do the feasibility studies and the pitch decks, and then we also assist at the end with the application process, and for bigger numbers also with the capital raising process. SIPO, hello fellows, yes. Okay, so if you have any questions in between, please feel just free to write that in the comments. I'm definitely follow the comments, and so just to make sure that's a little bit interactive, and if you have questions, I'm definitely there to answer them. Yes, how to mess up your application. Okay, so let me just go through both projects. No worries, I will not talk any names, no industries, nothing, just in general for you to understand, okay? The first one, that was a business plan somebody else did for my now client, and they promised her that she qualifies for a specific grant. I think not even one grant. They said, no, you qualify for different grants. So she spends lots of money on the business plan. And then my first part is always having a look. I said, you do not qualify for any of these grants. It is definitely outside of the scope. She didn't believe me, that's fine. So she called them and said, Dagmar, you're right. So nope, this project does not qualify for any of these grants. So, and then I also had a look at the business plan, and what they've tried is they tried to fit this project, what was totally outside of the scope of this grant, to fit into this grant. That means the business model made absolutely no sense. It was also all over the place. There was no proper revenue model explained. So I think they wanted to make sure that it's not profitable to be able to qualify for this grant. Some crazy things, you know. So I sat there together with her, and then we just went through it, sorted it out, so I told her in this case it was even chances to raise even capital via any of the government institutions or also banks. The chances were just too small, okay? And I'm always straightforward with you, you know, I want you to have a high chance of success, yeah? So, and that's why I'm always telling you, okay, so if I can see there is a potential to raising capital, high potential to raise capital, I will tell you, and if I don't see it, I will also communicate that with you. And let me just think. So I sat down with her and I said, okay, this is ready. Start selling this. Her profit margin were absolutely amazing. She had already a couple of projects, products and services developed and ready to go. And I said, concentrate on selling it. You only need to sell so many, and then you have already the funds available. And so you don't even need to apply for a loan, because you can definitely structure that differently, you know? And again, that was of course a paid consultation, so that I did not need to think about how do I earn money now with these clients, but I was able to think about what is in the best interest for my client. And even if it means don't use us, you are able to do that on your own. You are able to earn that money on your own, because she had everything in place, you know. So, and I thought that is sometimes one of the challenges when people are just, they're thinking they are not, if you are self-employed or you have your own company, concentrate on the lowest hanging fruit, earn money. Yeah, that is definitely the best way forward, and then you can invest this money, and then you can grow. And if you then later on say, okay, so now we need some more working capital, because we have an order, we need to develop there something for this client, then it's easy to raise the capital. Okay, yeah, so that was the one part where I even said, okay, application, business plan, and an application for the grant was not correct. It didn't even make sense for a loan. She's able to do that on her own and earn the money and grow her business quickly. Okay. Keep in mind, selling is for lots of entrepreneurs really, really difficult, because you are now going out there and people are scared of rejection. Yeah, because that means for them, somebody is rejecting them and said, no, I don't want to buy from you. That crumbles their whole business idea. And I understand that. It's harsh. Okay. But only because one person says no, it doesn't mean that everybody else says no. So you just need listen to their feedback, see what you can learn, go to the next person and take it from there. Yeah, and you know that there are lots of stories out about startup people. I think the guy who developed the recipe for KFC, how many did he approach? I think over 100 or close to 200 shops and restaurants before somebody says, I like it, let's do this. Yeah. So don't get frustrated only because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people say, no, it's not for me. It does not mean that there are not people out there. They need what you want. Okay, so that is case number 1. Case number 2. Okay, so they have done the business plan on their own. They are wanting to apply for far above 100 million rand. They have that is for business to business, and because they had so much input from different people with different angles of expertise, the business plan was far too long and it was all over the place. And the most important part, it was not consistent. Yeah. So in one portion it said this is our target market, in the other portion the target market was different, the investment amount was different in different parts of the business plan. Okay, so and then also the staff they needed, you know, where it was not consistent. That is one of the challenges, of course. If you use different people with different input, with different perspectives, maybe also of the business, and so you can't just one is if you want to do that as a team, it makes no sense that one is developing it and then input from everybody else comes in. All people need to sit together, go through it, determine the business model first, okay, and then you can add the information from the relevant maybe department, you know. So maybe one was obviously the operations manager, knew exactly how to manufacture this product, and the other person saw it more from the sales and marketing perspective. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it, you can do that. But make sure number one is the business plan itself is consistent, the financial forecast and the business plan have the same numbers in there, and it's not two different things. Also then the next part was all the documents that they submitted to the financier. Number one was not complete, okay, not the complete set of documents the financiers really wanted. And it was also not speaking to the business plan. Okay, so what needs to happen is you have a business plan and you state in this business plan you need manufacturing, the plant size needs to be, I don't know, 500 square meter. Then you need to make sure that the machinery fits into this plant, yeah? And not that the machinery, let's say, only needs 20 square meters and you have 480 square meters of empty space. I know, you, of course, you need some offices, and I am aware of this, okay? You need some offices, you of course need also some breakfast rooms there for staff, you need some warehousing for raw material and for finished goods, but you know, it's in no proportion if the equipment only needs 20 square meter and you need 480 square meter of plant size, yeah? And then what financiers also look at, and I know that lots of my clients are always overlooking it, have a look how much units your machine is able to produce, yeah? Makes no sense that your machine is able to produce, I don't know, let's say 5,000 units an hour, but you would plan to only sell 5,000 units per month, yeah? The equipment is definitely too big, yeah? And this equipment with your 5,000 units sold, you will never ever be able to pay equipment what produces 5,000 units a month, an hour, sorry, yeah? So this is, I understand that as a startup entrepreneur, this is a headache, yeah? Take your time. It is so crucial. And what I'm always saying, and lots of people say, oh, there are so many red tapes and you have no chance to get there. All these things are preparing you to run your business. Okay, whoever is running their own business, if you're self-employed, an entrepreneur or a business owner, there are different levels of it. You all know life throws stones at you, you know, there are always hurdles coming and you think, really, I didn't expect this, you know, and you learn over the time how to handle that, and that is okay. You know, there is a time when you are confident enough and say, okay, so that is whatever life throws at me. I'm sure that's also a life lesson you learn when you are getting older, you know, so it's not only in business, it's also in life. You know, you are able to handle it. Hi Maxwell, long time no see. So this is, keep that in mind, yeah? Zinazo, nicely said, time spent planning sets the business's intention. Yes, you are preparing for running your business, and let me tell you, if you can't just say, I first need my 10 million rand, then I figure out how to set up my business, and then I'm having a look at where my clients are, you know. Until you've done all these things, you're broke. Okay, because the financier want their money back. So that means take your time, and I know it's hard, you know. I can also, like I said, I mentioned that before, I can also see that with my daughter. I'm always offering her my help, But there's only so much you can do. You can offer it to somebody, and then there it's up to them to say, okay, I need this help. I need the support. Hi, Sammy. And so that is why it is important also to plan properly ahead. Having a business consultancy like us at your disposal, we are able to guide you, and I'm German, there is no messing around with me. I'm telling you like it is. I'm telling you this is possible. I'm telling you this is not possible. I'm telling you please do not mention this. I'm telling you this is critical for the success. We all have in mind you want to set up a profitable business, and one step in between before is definitely having not the raising the capital for it. Clementine, Chairman, good morning. So you see, so I'm looking always at the full picture, and I understand all the complaints about the red tapes here in South Africa, and some of them are definitely annoying. I totally agree. Don't think it's different in other countries. I know lots of people say, oh yes, you can quickly register a business here in 5 minutes. And it is not that difficult, let's say, in Germany. But the red tapes coming afterwards are a headache. Yeah, there are lots of businesses in Germany. They just closed down. They said we can't. There are more and more rules and legislation coming up, and lots more and more administration also for the business owners are coming up. That some of them said, I can't afford it. It's not profitable anymore. If I need to hire another person to do this, another person to do that. Yeah. So I understand there are some challenges here, but let me tell you, it is still overcomeable. I know it's not the right word, but you can overcome it. Okay, so it is not impossible. And that's why it is absolutely important to put the time in front of it. And I know lots of people say, I need only money to start a business. I'm always saying money is never ever the problem. Yeah, if you have everything else in place, then you will easily be able to raise the capital. There are some challenges, I agree. Okay, and there's also some business ideas are not fundable. Yeah, because the financiers, government institutions, even angel investors or whoever else there, they have their own requirements, and you just need to tick the boxes. And if there are some boxes not ticked properly, they say, no, we will not do that. Yeah, but in most cases, you can, not in all, okay, in most cases you just can move the business idea a little bit around so that it becomes fundable, and then we are able to assist you. We can help you with the business plan, we can help you with the financial forecast, depending on the size of your project. We can help you with the application process or with the capital raising. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Do you help with Gauteng Enterprise Propeller GEP funding? Yes, we've done that before successfully. If you need any support there, we are definitely able to assist you. What I would suggest is you have two options, please, to get in contact with us. Let me just write the one option down. It's fundingconnection.coza/contact. Okay, so there is Brent on the other side. He will be able to guide you. You can also use here Facebook Messenger. Brent is also there, and he will be able really to then guide you. He will ask you a couple of questions and then say, okay, this is what we can do for you. This is how much we charge. In some cases, we like I said, we are straightforward. We are not able to assist everybody. And then if we can't assist, we will tell you what would be your next step. Yeah? Okay, so Anything else? Yes. Okay. So let me just mention a couple of things. Okay. So how to mess up your application? Number one is you fill out your form and nobody can read it. Yeah. You want to apply for, I don't know, a couple of 100,000, maybe a couple of million rand. This is the first impression you give the financier about your business, and if it is not readable, it's a bad first impression. Make sure it's a good first impression. If your handwriting is like mine, let somebody else do this. And in most cases, you're also able to use your computer to fill out forms. I know if you're not too familiar with it and want to do that in handwriting, it's still okay. Just make sure it's filled out properly. If financiers ask you for specific documentations, don't just think, oh, I do that later, I do this later, I send this later, and I send this later. It is a mess, okay? Because your application always needs them to be found when then the tax clearance certificate is emailed, and then the financial forecast is emailed, and then the offtake agreement comes later on, is emailed. It is frustrating for the manager who is dealing with your application. Make their life easy. You want something from that. Yeah? So you need to think about, what do I need to do to make it look clean and neat and complete, and so that it's easy for them, make their life easy. Because what you want is the first person sits there and say, oh, are the documents there? Yes. Then it goes next to the next person, and they say, okay, let me read the business plan, and then it goes to the next person. And if there are challenges, we are all humans. What do? I always say, I remember the times when there were no computers. So you put the task you don't like onto the left-hand side on top of your desk and say, if I have time later on, that's what I will tackle later on. I think all of us can relate to this. SIPO, can I please be assisted in terms of online consulting? Struggling. I paid just to get through appointment procedure and secure the slot. SIPO, just do me a favor. Brent is handling my calendar. I'm just showing up in the morning and do what is expected here from me. I'm not managing this. Use the Facebook Messenger, and Brent will definitely have a look and make sure that you have the consultation you paid for. Yeah, not a problem. We will sort that out. Yes, keep in mind, we are using all the online systems, and 99.9% they are working perfectly, so the client gets a confirmation email, payment is done, I'm getting notified that in my calendar that I have a meeting. Yes, but also computers make sometimes some mistakes, or the internet is not strong enough, and then it just slips through the cracks, but that's not a problem, SIPO. We will definitely sort that out. Yeah? Do me a favor, contact Brent. That is the quickest and easiest way for you, and then sort that out. Okay, so yes. And then it comes to the business plan. Okay, so we've spoken about the application form, we've spoken about the documentation submitted, and the last part is definitely the business plan and the financial forecast. That is also what I see when I do business plan assessments, that you can see that people are in love with their product and services. And don't misunderstand me, there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, you need to be passionate about what you do and want to do. There is nothing wrong with it. But you need to be able to explain to a financier how you want to earn money. And that's lots of times when then people just say, okay, this is the service, we want to offer consultation, and I assume I have a monthly sales of R1 million. So, but there is no, how many units do you want to sell, how much do you want to charge per unit, how many people, if it's consultancy, how many people are working then for you and offering this consultancy. All these things are not mentioned. I've seen the same thing also with an app developer who said after 2 months I have R1 million subscribers. And then I asked him, okay, so how much is the monthly subscription? Yes, it's R1. So I said, how do you come to 1 million subscribers in 2 months? Yeah. So these questions I'm asking are exactly the same questions the financier will ask you. Yeah. And then we just can see, okay, how can we amend your business plan, or if we start from scratch, we definitely will make sure that these things are already properly done so that you are able to raise the capital. Yeah. Okay. Any more questions here at the moment? I'm sure I showed you 1,000 ways how to mess up your application here, and you can see it is complex. Yeah, it does not mean it's really difficult. Okay, so I understand that the first time I've done these things, first time I've done a business plan, I don't know, it was when I was 24 or something like this. It took me weeks to do this because I had no idea what needs to be in there. Yeah, although I was at that time at the end of my studies as an economist, I still did not really. I haven't done that before, and I was not too sure what the financier really wanted to see. Was I successful at the end of the day? Yes, I was, but it was still a long journey. Yeah. So, and same thing with the financial forecast, and then having all the documentations together. This is doable, okay, also on your own doable, but it's complex and it will take you hours and hours and hours of work. Yeah. And that's also something, why do I do this? I want you to see this. I want you to have the opportunity to do that on your own. I know some of you are on a budget. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay. But if you having a shortcut, the opportunity to having a shortcut and using us as Funding Connection to help you with drafting the business plan, the financial forecast, and even with the application process. Because both of these businesses I just mentioned this morning before, they lost weeks and weeks and weeks, yeah, maybe even months, to start their business. And the one person would have been already earning all the money she needed to grow her business and develop some more product and services, and the other business also would have been able just to be maybe already at the end of an application process. Yeah. Okay, so I see there are no more questions this morning. I wish you an absolutely successful new week. We definitely will see us next week, Monday again. I have something exciting planned for you next Monday. Just follow our social media. We will post it. And I will also share that again next week, Monday morning, via my newsletter. I have a guest. We will tackle something really exciting for you, and it's a little bit outside of funding, but starting and growing a business. Clementine, do you review the business plan, and just if any amendments are needed, then you charge accordingly? Okay, Clementine, exactly how you do, how you said. So we charge only 550 Rand. I do an assessment of the business plan. I will tell you exactly what needs to be changed. And then, so again, I want you to have the opportunity to do that on your own. Yeah, so it is really, we are sharing so much information free of charge. You usually do not get this complex understanding of starting a business, applying for grants, applying for finance. Most people, they do these things, are only good at one of these aspects. Yeah, I'm doing this here for over a decade in South Africa. I've done that also for close to a decade in Germany. So you get here all my expertise and experience. And then, of course, we tell you what needs to be changed. And then we also say, okay, we can do this for you, and this is how much we charge. Yeah. And then you can pick and choose. And some people say, okay, my financial forecast is a mess. And I'm also straightforward. I said business plan is not too bad. Okay, it is okay. Your financial forecast is a mess. We can do the financial forecast only for you, and then you can add this to your business plan. Yeah, I'm really trying here to assist as many entrepreneurs as possible to raise the capital, to grow and start your business, to make a big impact here at this. I'm living in South Africa, you know, I want this economy to grow and to shine. Zinazo, see you in consults. Yes. Batwile, thank you. To see you next week, and enjoy the rest of the week, fellows. Yes, we will definitely all do that. Take good care. Have a look out. I will only send out the email definitely on Monday morning, but we will share some more information about the exciting small little workshop next week. And take good care. Bye bye. Clementine, thank you so much. This was my first meeting, but I'm learning quite a lot. Exactly, that's what we do this. Yeah, I want you to open your eyes to understand the process. I will always share. If you follow me for a couple of Monday mornings, I'm also sharing lots of my own experience as a journey, specifically in South Africa, from a one-woman show to a fully fledged business. We have at the moment 10 people, but I'm quite confident, excluding me and my husband, please, okay? Quite confident that we are growing further. Oh, viele, yes, pleasure. Take good care. Bye bye.